Hi, pretty Cancer. How are you? Let's get it on. Let's get going. Let's do our psychic predictions for you for May. Let's find out what your guides have to say to you, because this is a really strong month, and the guides have been speaking really loudly. So I want you to hear what they have to say for you. Now, of course, we're reading for all of the Cancers. All of the Cancers. So these readings are going to be pretty general. And I know you hear all the readers say that whenever you're tuning in on YouTube. And of course they are. But we do that because we want each and every one of you, and you will walk away. It's eerie how these readings will resonate based on your sign. So you guys are experiencing a lot of the same things at the same time. You're in a family. And so rising that these resonate. But if you need some spiritual counseling from your guides, then you will want to get a private and personal reading. And I'm doing quite a few, and actually I'm in school, so it's really cool because I have 2 weeks off. Well, the first week I have off, but the second week there's not a lot going on. So if you'd like, I can take readings quicker right now. So go ahead and do that. But let's do your reading and let's see what's going on. Now, the first card, okay, wow, this card keeps coming up. It's a theme, the Page of Swords. Again, if you're learning how to read tarot, the swords have to do with thought. And they are not wishy-washy, sentimental, or they're not really, and I shouldn't say they're not creative, because they are, but really they have more to do with thought constructs and language. It's sort of fleeting too. It's air. So it's kind of the sign that is hardest to wrap your arms around, exactly. And then we have the page. So let's speak to that. The Page of Swords could be a child, and this child could be either a sun sign, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, or that could be that energy could be in their chart. And so if you have a child or a grandchild even, who is one of those signs, this child could be showing up. And again, it's kind of interesting. This kid will challenge you. This kid will sometimes, they'll play games, or they love to solve puzzles, and they're math whizzes sometimes. But this is a kid who's all about reasoning. He likes to rationalize everything, or she does. And so because you're more of a heart mama or daddy, you're probably not, unless you have this in your chart, this air energy, you're probably not going to resonate with it. So it could be a bit of a situation. But then again, this is very good energy to have around you, because it does say that whatever you're creating, you're going to be able to distill it down into words. And so Cancer, this is the month to translate and transcribe. So, and it may be something new for you, and you may have not ever tried to put process in order before, but this is something that's very good, and that your guides are saying could take you a very long way. Now, again, you are home and hearth, nurturing. You're the best nurturer out there, provider, cook. A lot of you absolutely love to cook. And so this just speaks to the fact that it's time to put the recipe down on paper and to make sure that everyone understands what that recipe is. You may be training people, actually, younger people, and you may be training them in the art of the culinary arts even, or you might be training them in, you know, how to become more comfortable. So maybe mindfulness. It's like soulful training of some type, but it's nurturing training. So I do see that happening for a lot of you. Let's read the bottom of the deck. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because you have a lot of projects going on. This is the significator card. This card tells us that you're getting ready to finish something up. And so at the bottom of the deck, we have usually a card that will kind of tell us, give us a little bit more insight in terms of the reading. So I call it the significator. Again, I do a wisdom reading when I'm reading general readings. I don't, but I'm going to begin to pull this card because it is kind of spirit, like giving us, you know, they're weighing in, the guides are weighing in, and they're kind of telling us this is what we want to talk about. You got a lot of projects going on. You're doing a lot of things that's happening this month. Again, same card just came up for our friends, the Virgos out there. Only you get it in reverse. So it's the devil, and it really is about having addiction issues. It can mean that you're in a codependent relationship. It can mean that there's a power struggle going on at work. It can mean that you feel like just blowing it all off and not worrying and going out and staying out all night. It can mean that you are emptying the ice cream bucket in the refrigerator. So it can mean a lot of things. But really, the devil points to, and it's reversed, so it points to the fact that you've got it under control, more or less. You might like going out and partying a little bit, but you really do have it under control. And even when you don't, or when you, well, let's just put it this way, you judge yourself more harshly than anybody else does. So there really isn't a chance that a lot of our cancers, like, you know, maybe they're worried about addiction issues. But, you know, and if it's food or alcohol or drugs or whatever it is, you check yourself at the door. And so not to worry too much about that, because you do have all these projects going on, and you're trying to finish something up. You've got a goal in mind. So you're really not going to let yourself go too far off the rails while all of this is going on. And I feel like this is, for some of you, it's a career reading. Now, for others of you, yes, you are in a codependent relationship, and you are releasing yourself. The challenge is to release yourself and not take on the other person's issues. And but also to be aware that they may have issues, or maybe you're checking each other out to see if their issues are affecting your issues. Issues meaning addictions or habits that aren't helping the two of you grow to your highest and best. So Spirit's just saying, check in, see what's holding you back. It's a person, if it's something you do when you come home from work, that's you, instead of having that cocktail, you could perhaps take a walk around the block, or maybe get involved in some activity where you're serving community. Something like that could be coming up. Or maybe you're actually chained to the idea that you need to take care of others, and that's even bigger and broader. Perhaps you need to let go of that, because that is something that is holding them back by you overly responding or trying to solve everybody else's problems. So let them solve their own problems. The next card, again, wow, all these cards were coming up for Virgo, only they're coming up reversed for you and in different positions. So we've got the Five of Swords, and this card is again about claiming the victory, confrontation with someone, but you win. So, but you get it in reverse. So basically, at work, if you are finding that there are people around you who are just really getting under your skin, it's a good idea to not be too smug and to compromise. And I'm not saying you're smug. I'm just saying, let's say it's karma is on your side. So you're going to be the victor either way. They're not winning in this situation, but you can actually help them walk away without a bitter taste in their mouth, and that's coming up. So when you're having discussions, or when you're trying to come up with a compromise situation with whoever it is, who's been, let's say they've been fired from a job, or this could be a child in your home, any situation, what you want to do is give them the sense that there is no winner, even though it's you. There is no winner, and that everybody has a certain amount, as they walk away from this situation, dignity left intact. And that seems to be very important for you this month. And again, last card, Two of Wands. This card, again, Virgo had this card. And I did shuffle these cards. I shuffled them for some reason. This is your lesson as well. Again, they're coming up in different positions. Two of Wands. So after all of this happens and occurs and somebody walks away, Cancer, you have choices to make. You may have to review those choices. You may go back to square one and choose a different option, but more options are open to you at the end of the month because of this Five of Swords. And also the Five of Swords tells us that in some situation, you may be taking somebody else's position, or if they have been trying to take your position, you are still in the driver's seat. Now, or you have taken their position. But because of that, you have new options, new choices, and more responsibility. And so that's very good, Cancer. You're going to be moving to new vistas, new horizons. You are victorious. This is a 5. There is some conflict in this card. There will be some conflict mid-month that you will be dealing with, and you will, in the end, be able to pull out a victory. Now, I wanted to mention that because we did have this 10 of Wands coming up for you as your significator, I wanted to mention that you are also finishing up the end of the year, so to speak. So there are quite a few tasks that you must organize. And if somebody needs to be cut or let go, this is the month where that will occur. And so you want to make sure your documentation is in place for this. Now, if this is in the home and you're let's say a domestic engineer, I could see that too, because you're trying to finish things up at the end of the year, and there could be a situation within the home, or one of your kids perhaps has some issues with their school work or their grades or something like that, and you're going to have to go to bat for them so that their future is secure. And I see you winning at that. I don't believe that the situation at hand, now this is just for some of you, is fair. And so you do need to take up for them and make sure, and if this is in sports even, I see some of that as well. If this is a kid who's not been allowed or has sort of been put on the bench, or even has is being penalized for some reason, you have to take up for them. You have to mediate for them. So I see that coming now. It could even be you, if you're a younger person, that you have to take up for yourself, and you will be able to win in this conflict. But again, be careful, because you don't want to create any bad feelings moving forward. So that's really what I see going on for you, because you've got this Two of Wands. That means that you're going to be looking at your opportunities, and you may be revisiting an opportunity or an offer. You may end up going to visit a new location, or you may actually be invited to visit a new location. So, or opportunity in job, in school, in a project or a friend or something. There's some call to go check something out. So thanks so much for watching, Cancer. And I will be here this month. I'll be working on these classes. So take them. All right. Thanks a lot. Bye.